Ta-da! Cameras.
Okay. Ready, everybody? Which one am I? People use to try to guess. Are you Jamie or are you Jory? They would ask, smiling. But that was a long time ago, and things were different. And you could mix this up. Before Jory began to change. One of the main issues that we have in our society today is how we treat autistic people. In this story, we discover this issue. There is a set of twins, Jory and Jamie. Jory is autistic, and Jamie ends up making a choice that not only affects her, but her sister as well. This is Jory and Jamie, a Deposition by Joyce Carol Oates. Neurological impairment were the words I came to learn. ASD, cognitive skills, frontal lobe. And I said to my mom, it's going to happen to me too, isn't it, Mommy? I'm like Jory, or so I have Jory's twin, or so it's going to happen to me too, isn't it? I'm going to be telling her. You know, it wasn't my mom anyway. It was me. It's what I've told them all, but none of them will believe me. It was me. The back bedroom was where we slept. There was nothing wrong with that room until Jory trashed it, smashed in the window with her bare fist like it didn't hurt her at all. And she watched the blood run down her hand and then she would wipe it on me. I hate the sight of blood. It makes me go weak. And Jory, she had fun with that. You know, I know that Jory isn't to be judged by normal standards. That's what my mom always said. You know, but sometimes I couldn't help but hate her. Wish she'd never been born, but that she wasn't my twin. So that people look at her and look at me and say, is she crazy too? She must be. Attention deficit disorder. Cognitive skills. Mild autism. This is what they told us. You know, when we were little, I cried when Jory cried. It was kind of like a second skin enclosed us. But Jory couldn't be trusted. She'd kiss and cuddle and wrap her snaky arms around my throat and wouldn't let go, even when I screamed in pain, or she would get me to tell her this one little thing. And she would go running to our mom, just laughing, skipping it so much that the words were nonsense, but so loud that my mom had to rush her into the bathroom. And when too much damage was inflicted, it was the basement, where the water leaked sometimes. I promise it was just for a little while. An hour or two at most. You know, the house, it was so peaceful without her. My mom and I, we laughed and we joked together like normal people. Because there was not the risk of Jory dropping and breaking things. There was not the risk that Jory would go into the other room, turn up the TV loud as it could go, just so she could supposedly hear it. There was not the risk that Jory would come into the kitchen, open up the fridge, toss everything onto the floor, then watch it crack as she stepped on it just so she could see how the glass felt before her foot started to bleed. There was not the risk that Jory would go outside, stand in front of a car just to see how close she there was not the risk that Jory would ruin our dinner time together. Suddenly collapsing out of her chair because she didn't like food. Just kicking, thrashing, screaming, convulsing. Just for a little while. In the night, do you hear her? Jamie! She is crying, Jamie, help me! Mommy said that Daddy and his family blame her. Because Jory is not to blame. Jory can't be the one to blame, yes. Yes. But if Jory took her pills, if Jory went to therapy, if Jory just went kick, thrash, scream, and throw herself into convulsions, flopping like a dead fish. Because Jory isn't to blame. It's my mom. That's what they all say. That's what the neighbors say. That's what the papers say. You know it's all a lie. It's all a lie. They're lying to you. If Jory weighed only 59 pounds, it's because she was the one who refused to eat. Or she ate and she vomited it up. My mom didn't do it. I was the one. Why won't you believe me? Why won't any of you believe me? Why did I do it? Because my mom was tired. And she needed to sleep. And Jory wouldn't let her sleep. In May, it began. What my mom called evil in Jory. So I locked her in the basement almost all the time. You know, she wouldn't look at me the last time I saw her. Her eyes, they were strange and blurred, like she was sleeping. I had gone down to give her food, you see. When I opened the door, she was just laying there. Whispered, Jory, come on. Jory, wake up. And she wouldn't. You know, I know it's better for Jory now. It's better for all of us. And the crazy lunatic continues.
Okay, so once you have it fully memorized, occasionally I could notice the awkward pause where you didn't know the line. Once you have it fully memorized,